close. How do I close? I really prefer seeing all of you, and I don't even know if I'll be able to get back to the screen where I see you after I go to my computer screen. But I have materials on the computer screen that I want you to be able to see. So that's what we're going to do. Can you see what's on my screen right now?
Yes.
Okay, that's a good sign. All right, desktop. Keyboard. Okay, I'd like to start with this alphabet sheet right here. Okay, I'm gonna be small. Can you see the screen?
Yes.
Alphabet chart here. This is a very fancy alphabet chart that I've prepared for you.
We don't see the screen.
You don't see the screen?
You have to make sure that you share screen one so that we can see everything that you're showing us.
That's fine. I'm gonna do it again.
Okay.
I'm gonna try it again. Share screen. How about now?
Yes.
Okay, great. Here's my alphabet chart. So I gave you one copy of the alphabet chart that has the letters, the names of the letters written in, and then you have another copy that doesn't have the letters written in that you can practice from later. But we're going to start with a very, very famous alphabet song by Debbie Friedman of blessed memory, who before she became famous was a Hebrew teacher at Congregation Beth Yeshurun. So if you follow along, what's going to happen is it's an echo song. First, I sing the names of the letters, and then you sing the names of the letters. But the only letters we are not going to sing are these letters that are Sophite letters. Sophite means final, and these are letters that are just written at the ends of words. And it's a calligraphy thing. It's not like it's a different letter, but the calligraphy of certain letters are different at the ends of words. And we're going to skip them in the song, but I'd like you to give it a try. And we're starting with Aleph right here, Aleph. Aleph, bet, vet.
Aleph, bet,
Bet.
Gimel, dalet, hey.
Gimel, Dalet,
Hey.
Vav, zayin, chet, tet.
Vayin, Zayin, Het, Tet,
Tet. Yod, kaf, chaf.
Yov, Kaf, Kaf,
Kaf. Lamed, mem, nun.
Lamed, Mem, Nun,
Samech, ayin, pei, fei.
Samer, Chayin, Pei, Hey,
Pei. Sadi, kuf, resh. Sadi,
Sadi, Kuf, Resh,
sin, tav, shin,
Sin, Sin, Tav.
tav. Okay, kol hakavod. Showed a lot of courage. The people who really sang out loud really are showing a lot of courage. Let's try it again, okay?
Okay.
Okay.
I'm not going to put my cursor under the letters because I need to be able to scroll down. So we're skipping any letters that say Sophites, okay? Here we go. Oh, I don't think I mentioned that Aleph Bet is the name of the alphabet in Hebrew. Did I say that? I don't think I did.
No.
it didn't.
Aleph, bet, and you can see it's sort of like A, B.
BC. No.
Aleph, bet is like alpha.
Alpha.
Aleph, Bet.
Aleph, bet, and that's what we call the alphabet in Hebrew. Okay. Aleph, bet, vet.
Aleph, bet, bet.
Gimel, dalet, hey.
Gimel, dalet, hey.
Vav, zayin, chet, tet.
Bain, zayin, chet, tet.
Yod, kaf, chaf.
Yud, kaf, kaf.
Lamed, mem, nun.
Lamed, mem, nun.
Samech, ayin, pei, fei.
Damet, chayim, mem, hey.
Sadi, kuf, resh.
Sadi, kuf, resh.
Shin, sin, tav.
Shin, shin, tav.
Very nice. Okay. One more time. I think one more time. Okay. Do you mind?
Okay.
All right,
Okay.
here we go. And I'd love to hear more singing. Go ahead and make some really loud mistakes. Mistakes are great. Just go for it. Okay, here we go. Aleph, bet, bet.
Aleph, bet, bet.
Gimel, dalet, hey.
Hey.
Vav, zayin, chet, tet.
Zayin, het, tet.
Yod, kaf, chaf.
Kuf, yud, kaf, kaf.
Lamed, mem, nun.
Lamed, men, nun.
Samech, ayin, pei, fei.
Damet, chayim, pei, pei.
Sadi, kuf, resh.
Sadi, kuf, resh.
Shin, sin, tav.
Sin, sin, tav.
Kol hakavod. Very good. That was really excellent. Woo!
Now you all know you know that none of us can sing.
Beautiful singing. Okay, here we go. Let's see if this even works. That. Oops, wrong page. Do you see the page that I'm sharing right now?
Yes.
Yay, you see it. Oh, that makes me so happy. You know, I'm just going to pause for a second to tell you that I really didn't learn Hebrew until I was an adult. My sisters and I went to Hebrew school when we were very little girls, and my parents sent us because my grandfather wanted us to go, but my parents were very secular. And so when my grandfather passed away, when I was 11, we stopped going to Hebrew school, and we really never learned how, my sisters and I, to read Hebrew. And so, somebody wanted to know if I would put this online. I will be sure to put up a link to the Aleph Bet song for you. And so I learned Hebrew as an adult myself. I learned to read Hebrew when I was maybe 27 or 28 years old. I learned how to read Hebrew. So I know it's very different learning it as an adult, but if I can learn to read Hebrew, for sure you can learn to read Hebrew. That's my little spiel. Okay, we're learning our first core word. Our first core word is Shabbat.
Shabbat.
And with their beautiful illustration. And I'm going to assume that everybody knows what Shabbat is, that it's the Sabbath and starts on Friday night and it ends on Saturday night. And Shabbat is the day when God rested after creating the world. And we also observe Shabbat. Okay. So we are learning 3 consonants. I know it looks like 4, but it's really 3, and 2 vowels that sound the same. So you might want to, if you have your book, write in the names of the letters right here. So this is Bet, Tav, Tav, and Shin.
Shin.
Bet, Tav, Tav, and Shin. When does Tav have a dot in it? Tav has a dot in it when it is the beginning of a syllable. That's all you really need to know. This dot is called a dagesh, which means like emphasis or accent or something like that, right? Bet, you'll see bet also has a dagesh. So bet always will have a vowel under it. It's always at the beginning. Bet always comes at the beginning of a syllable. Okay, so it's bet, tav, tav, shin. And one thing that we know from the names of Hebrew letters is that the first sounds in the name are the sounds of the consonant. So bet is like a B, Tav is like a T, Shin is like an SH. Sometimes people, when they're first learning to read, will say the name of the letter instead of the sound of the letter when they're reading. So we have 2 vowels here, which both parallel a horizontal line, and then something that looks like a little T. They both sound like ah, ah, like when the dentist says, or the doctor
Ah.
say ah,
Ah.
ah.
Oh.
Now, I put in a chart that has the sounds of all the vowel sounds. You'll see it in the links that Rabbi Morgan sent you. But I would like to say that although people often transliterate these 2 sounds as an A, an American A has a lot of different sounds. So it's much better to memorize a word that has this vowel sound, ah. So, so I don't know if anybody would like to make a suggestion, but I just want to point out that there are lots of words in English that have an O that has this ah sounds, like job, job, or pot, right? P-O-T, ah, the pot. That is this vowel sound. So I would recommend writing any words you like that has a very clear ah sound next to these vowels so that you remember how they're pronounced. Because if you write an A next to them, you might say A or ah instead of saying ah. Okay? Does anybody have another word they'd like to suggest?
Nope.
No? Okay.
Hot.
That's fine.
No.
But if
Hot.
you remember the word Shabbat, you
Shabbat.
Shabbat, right?
Shabbat.
So, aw as in paw, no, because that's too aw, that's not ah, aw. That's a more kind of closed sound. So, ah,
Shalom.
lot. Shalom, the first syllable, sha, right, sha, in shalom,
Shalom.
Shabbat, sha. Okay, so basically bet is like a B, tav is a T, and shin S-H. Okay, now let's do some reading practice. And I will record all of this and I will put it in the Dropbox.
Can I ask you a question, then?
Yes, of
Hi,
course.
this is Cosette. So the shin, so Shabbat starts off with a vowel. Am I understanding that correctly?
No, Shabbat is like S-H-A-B-B-A-T.
Right.
So
Right, but with this line underneath, what does that mean? I know it's the sound, but
oh, thank you. So I'm glad you asked. I really am very glad you asked. So when we're reading Hebrew, we're reading down and then so we're reading right to left, right? Here's right to left, but we're also reading down. So we're reading shin, bet, tav. Shin, bet, tav. Shabbat.
Ba.
Is that what you were asking?
yeah, that makes sense. So you read up to down and then right to left.
Right.
Okay, yeah.
Down, down, down.
Sense then.
Yes, and so
Well,
you kind of have to train your brain, right? It's kind of physiological, which is why it might take a little while to get the hang of it, because even if you intellectually know that your eyes should be going down, 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 they might resist. Your brain might resist for a while. So don't be frustrated, okay?
Okay.
That was a really good question. Okay, I'm really glad you asked. So now this won't be too bad. Let's just say the names going across. It's Bet, 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 Bet. And now let's say the sounds of the vowels. Ah, ah, ah,
Ah.
ah,
Ah.
ah,
Ah.
right? So bet is like a B. So we're basically saying ba, right? We're not saying B-I, we're not saying bet, we're saying like B-A. Ba,
Ba.
ah,
Ba.
ah, ba,
Ba.
ba,
Ba. Ba.
ba. Okay, line 2. This is the same sounds as this, even though it's written differently for grammar reasons. We have 2 different ahs, but they have the same sound. So we're going to, it's the same thing. B plus A, bet plus ah. Here we go. Ba, ba,
Ba.
ba,
Ba.
ba,
Ba.
ba, ba. Okay, here, when the letter does not have a vowel under it, let's just say the name of the letter. Here we go. Bet, ba. Bet,
Ba.
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 Ba. Bet.
Okay, line 4. Ba.
Ba.
Ba. Ba.
Ba.
Okay, look at this. We are going to have, if we were going to write this English, I guess we could spell it B-A-B or even B-O-B, right? So it's Bob, right? Okay,
Ba.
Bob,
Ba.
Bob,
Ba.
Bob, Bob, Bob. Okay, line 5. Bob, 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 Bob,
Ba.
Good. Okay.
So you end when you have the bet with the what's the symbol called? The little symbol underneath?
Dagesh, the dot.
No, underneath the line underneath.
Oh,
That's-
vowel.
Wow. Okay. So when you have the bet with the vowel underneath, and then the bet with the with the symbol in this inside, it shortens it, right? So it'd be ba bet. Is that correct?
Shortens it. I don't know what you mean by shortens it.
Well, can you on line 5, I guess 1, 2, 3, 4, the fourth one in from the right, that would be ba.
It's just, well, because there's the first consonant is a bet and the second consonant is a bet. So you pronounce both of them, Bob. But because we're going right to left, right, and we're going down, it's Bob.
Right.
Bob.
Right. Ba.
Now, I have to say, it's extremely unusual in Hebrew to have a bet at the end of a word. Usually, the bet at the end of a word drops this dot in the middle, the dagesh, and it turns into a V sound. So it would be much more likely to have something like Bob than to have something like Bob. But for purposes of practicing the letters, they're showing it to you this way.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you. Sorry.
No, that's
Can I
okay.
ask a quick question?
Of course.
Sorry, looking down at line number 5 again, sorry. You have the ba and then the ba, and the second one over from the right. Is there any differentiation in terms of emphasis said on that, or is it just literally sounds exactly the same?
Well, we haven't even gotten to words yet. These are just like little exercises.
Okay,
But generally speaking, in Hebrew, the last syllable is accented in Hebrew words, but there are exceptions, certain verb forms or something where the accent would be in a different place. But if you're not sure and you have to guess, you should always guess that the accent is on the final syllable.
Okay.
So in a few weeks, we'll see some exceptions to that rule. Okay, I'm going to share another page now.
Not to interject, but is this going to be taped and put on the website? Because my kid will not be quiet long enough for me to be able to pay attention.
It will. Can
Okay,
you
awesome.
see the page that I just changed to, or do I need to reshare?
We can see it.
Okay, because I just went to page 5. You can see that where it says search and circle.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
Yes.
I am going to skip the first exercise, which I encourage you to do at home. But since not everybody has a book, it doesn't make sense to stop and do a written exercise right now. So we're going to go to our next letter, which is page 5 down at the bottom. And right, this is Tav. So Tav has the T sound. All right, here we go. So as I said, Tav with a dot in it, with a dagesh in it, is always at the beginning of a syllable. So what is a syllable? A syllable is, in Hebrew, a consonant followed by a vowel. And maybe it has a consonant vowel consonant if it's a closed syllable, or it just has a consonant and a vowel if it's an open syllable. Okay, here we go. So let's just start by, we're going to say the name of the consonant and the sound of the vowel, and then we're going to sound it out. So we're going to say tav, ah, ta. Tav, ah, ta. Like that, okay? Line 1. Tav, ah, ta. Tav, ah, ta. Tav, ah, tav,
Tav,
tav, ah, tav,
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 ah, tav,
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 ah, tav.
Tav,
Line 2 the same way. Tav,
Tav,
ah, tav, tav,
Tav,
ah, tav,
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 ah, tav, tav, ah, tav, tav,
Tav,
tav, ah, tav,
Tav,
ah,
Tav,
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 ah, tav, tav, tav,
Tav,
ah, tav,
Tav,
tav, tav,
Tav,
ah,
Ba,
tav,
Tav,
ah, tav,
Tav,
tav, ah, tav, tat.
Tat,
Line 4. Uh-oh, now we have two different consonants. What is this first consonant called again?
Bet,
Bet. So it's bet,
Bet,
ah, tav,
Bet,
ba.
Tav, Bat,
Bet,
Bet,
ah, tav,
Tav,
ba, ta. I love hearing people, by the way. Don't be shy about doing it out loud. I hear a couple of people. I would love to hear lots of noise. It would be fantastic. Bet,
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 ba,
Bob,
tav,
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 Tot,
bet,
Bet,
tav, bat,
Tot, Bat,
bet,
Bet,
tav,
Tav,
bat,
Bata,
Am I going fast, too fast?
No. No.
No.
Okay. No, okay, good. Six.
Shin.
Okay. Shin.
How did I have shin?
Shin. Shin.
Okay. Shin, right. Okay.
Shin.
All right. So shin has that little dot. And it has the dot on the right-hand side. Be sure to remember that because eventually we're going to get a letter that looks exactly the same, except the dot is on the left-hand side.
Shin.
Right. So this is shin.
Shin.
Shin. Okay. So we're going to say once again the name of the letter and the sound of the vowel, and then we'll say the syllable. Shin. Ah. Sha. Shin.
Shin.
Ah. Sha. Shin.
Shin.
Shin. Ah. Sha. Shin. Ah. Sha. Shin. Ah. Sha. Line 2. Shin. Ah. Sha. Shin. Ah. Sha. Shin. Ah. Sha. Shin. Ah. Sha. Shin. Shin. Ah. Sha. Okay, line 3. Shin,
Shin,
ah,
sha,
shin, ah, sha,
sha.
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 Shin, ah, shin, ah, sha, sha. Shin,
Shin,
ah, shin, ah, sha, sha. Shin, ah, shin, sha, sh. Now remember, this is going to be posted. So you could go back and practice all of these pages with the recording. And you could, if you want to, just fast forward to the parts that you want to work on, right? And skip the parts that you're good at. So maybe this page is the page where you started having some issues. So you could fast forward through some other parts and just go to this part when you get the recording online. Okay, here we go. Line 4. Shin, ah, bet.
It.
Shab, bet, ah, tav, bat. Shin, ah, tav, shat, bet, ah, shin, bat. Line 5. Bet, ah, tav, bat, tav, ah, tav, tat. Shin, ah, bet, ah, sha, bat. Shin, ah, bet,
bet,
ah, tav,
tav,
Shabbat. Woo! Shabbat. Our first word, Shabbat. There we go. You read your first Hebrew word, Shabbat. Okay, now, when you get your book, it's not a bad idea to practice just for a while transliterating the words, just to get their sounds in your head. So it'll force you to look up the names and the sounds of the letters and to try writing them out. So for example, if you were going to transliterate this word right here, by the way, bat is daughter, bat means daughter. So how would you transliterate this word? What would you write for the bet? What consonant would you write for the bet? If you were transliterating this into English.
B.
B. And this is a little bit subjective, but what letter would you write for the ah underneath? What letter in English would you write for that?
A.
You could write A, or you could even write O. Either would be fine. And then how would you transliterate the tav?
T.
T. Right, so B-A-T, bat. So if you want to, on a separate piece of paper, or even in the book, in pencil, lightly in pencil, so you can erase it later if it's wrong, you could just practice writing in the transliterations yourself, just so that you're thinking about the sounds of the letters. It's not a bad exercise to do. Okay, here we go. Let's go down here. Okay, So it says, let's see, what is our challenge here? It says it has a challenge for us. Read aloud the sounds below. Circle the sound that is unique on each line. The sound that is unique. Okay, so we have sha, bet, ta, bet, ta. So what sound on line 1 only shows up one time? Sha, bet, ta, bet, ta.
Sha.
What shows up one time? Somebody said it.
Sha.
Sha.
Sha. Sha. Okay.
Sha.
So line 2. Sha.
Sha.
Ah.
Ah.
Tav.
Tav.
Ah. Tav. Tav. What sound only shows up once on line 2?
Ba.
Ba.
Ba. So on line 1, it was sha, and on line 2, it was ba. I think we can all see where it's going. All right. Let's read line 3. Ba, shin,
Shin.
tav,
Ta.
shin,
Shin.
ba,
Ba.
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 So what sound only shows up once on line 3?
Tav.
Tav. So we have sha, ba, t. Okay.
Ba. Sha. Ba.
Okay, I'm guessing we'll have reruns, but let's see. Line 4, let's read it. Sha,
Ta.
Sha.
ba,
Ba.
ta,
Ta.
ba,
Ta.
ba,
Ba.
ta.
Ta.
Okay, what only shows up once on line 4?
Sha.
Sha. Surprise, it was a sha. Okay. Ta. Read with
Ta.
me. Ba.
Ba.
Ta.
Ta. Sha.
Ta.
Ta.
Sha.
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 Okay, so
Ba.
what line only shows up once? Ba, of course. What else? Ba shows up once on line 5.
Ba.
Line 6.
Ba.
Ba.
Shen.
Shin.
Tav.
Tav.
Ba.
Ba.
Shen.
Shin.
Shin.
Ba.
Ba.
Okay, what sound only showed up once?
Ta.
Tav, right. So it's
Ta.
Shabbat.
Shabbat.
Okay, so we got 2 Shabbats. Okay, let's see what's on line 7. Okay. Wow. I say that we jump to the hard stuff on line 3 and we skip the first 2 lines. Is that okay with everybody?
Okay.
Let's start on line 3. So we're going to do what we've been doing. I'm going to say the consonant, then the vowel, then the consonant, and then we're going to read the syllable, okay? So this is page 7. Here we go. Shin, ah,
Ta.
shin,
Shen.
sha,
Shash.
Shash.
shin, ah,
Bet.
sha,
Shab.
shin,
Shin.
ah,
Ah.
tav,
Tav.
sha,
Shat.
Shat.
shin,
Shin.
Ah.
Ah.
shin,
Shin. Ah.
ah,
Sha. Sha.
sha, shin,
Shin.
Ah.
Ah.
bet,
Bet.
Bet.
ah,
Ah.
Ah.
sha,
Shaba.
Shin.
Shin.
Ah.
Tav.
Sha.
Ta.
Line 4. Bet.
Bet.
Shin.
Shin.
Ba.
Bash.
Tav.
Shin.
Shin.
Tash.
Bet.
Bet.
Tav.
Tav.
Ba.
Bet.
Shin.
Shin.
Tav.
Tav.
Sha.
Ta.
Bet.
Bet.
Shin.
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 Ba.
Sha.
Good.
Shabbat.
Bet.
Bet.
Tav.
Tav.
Bat.
Shabbat.
Good. Line 5. All right.
Shin.
Bet.
Bet.
Shin.
Shin.
Somebody tell me, how would you write this word that we just looked at? Shin, bet, shin. How would you write that in English?
SHBASH. Shabash.
Sabash. Shabash.
Something like that. SHABA.
Shabash.
Shabash.
Shabash. Okay. Without telling me, just think for a second. How would you write Tav Shin Bet? Think for a second about how you would write that. You can write it if you have a pencil and paper in front of you. Tav Shin Bet.
Dash.
Tasha. Tasha.
Tasha.
Tasha.
Tashab. Right?
Tashab.
I'm
Tashab.
exaggerating just because over Zoom, I'm not sure you can hear the final consonant if I don't exaggerate. Tashab.
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 Tashab. So I'm going to encourage people, we're going to do a little bit more reading, just a little bit. But I am going to encourage people, this is page 7, that's starting maybe at line 5, you try transliterating these words, right?
Okay.
Because that's good exercise in terms of thinking what they sound like. Okay, here we go. Let's start on line 5, the third word, and we'll read it together. Tav, bet,
Bet.
shin,
Shin.
ta,
Tash. Tabash.
Tav, bet,
Bet.
tav,
Tav.
tabat,
Taba.
bet, shin,
Sha.
tav,
Tav.
ba, chat. Okay, I'm gonna close the share for now. Stop share. Okay. I would like everyone to feel like you own this class. It's your class. So I want you to be very bold about participating and about asking questions. And if you don't understand something, be very assertive about asking me to explain it better. I'll be a better teacher if you ask me questions. You know, I've been teaching this for so many years, and I might be just taking stuff for granted because I've been teaching for too long. So if you say, what about this or what about that, and you explain that there's something that's not clear, it's very helpful to me as a teacher so that I don't take you for granted. Okay, I am going to put my phone number and my email address in chat right now. Oops, I almost put Steve's phone number in there. He wouldn't like it if you all called him for me.
Mhm.
It's 5. So if you ever have any questions about an assignment, about a chapter that we've done, or you'd like to read something for me, please contact me at any time. Let's say that our homework for this week is simply the Aleph Bet song, and I will make sure to post the song, although it will be, the whole video of this lesson will be posted. But I will get the link for Debbie Friedman singing it with the video, with her graphics, and you can use that one instead if you like. So I think our homework is the Aleph Bet song and chapter 1. Please try transliterating page 7 and page 8. Okay. So I am not sure how to download the chat, but I think it'll be in the video if you don't have time to write down the homework right now. But there's your homework. And I'd like to show you just a couple more attachments before we say goodbye.
Do you mind showing us the book one more time? I came in late. I had some connectivity issues.
Oh, no, that would be fine. That would be fine. Let me do that.
I have a question. I think I got the wrong book.
You did? What book did you get?
But it's this one.
Oh, you know, that's a very nice book, but it is the wrong book.
Yeah.
Do you think you can return it?
I don't think so because I took everything off.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
Well, you know, let me see if I can give you, well, you have, let's see, I can probably, in the email that you got today, there was a link that had these pages.
Oh, okay.
So for this week, you can print out those pages, right?
Uh-huh.
Because
Okay.
it's, and I hate to say this, but can you try to get this book? It's not too expensive. I think it's about $12 or something like that.
I'll see. I'll ask.
Okay, but if you need to, you know, whenever I teach the class, I post these pages on the site, so you'll be able to see them
Okay.
in the video.
All right.
Hey, I'm so sorry that
That's
happened.
okay.
Be careful that you wouldn't.
Yeah. I did it a long time ago. I saw it. I didn't see the pictures. I just saw that it says the new Hebrew, something like that in the house that made it and everything. So I just figured, oh, I'm just going to get this one. And I asked my husband to.
I'm
order
sure it's a very
this.
nice book and that you could
Yeah.
probably use it.
Hmm.
So, oops, I think we're really out of time. Well, so please take a look at the other attachments. There's another much more complete Aleph Bet chart that shows you how to block print Hebrew and how to use Hebrew script. Anyone who wants to learn how to read Hebrew script, that would be so awesome, because in Israel, lots of things, even books are printed in script. Not everything is printed in with print letters. Many books are use other fonts that are more like script, and a lot of street signs and store signs and advertisements are printed with script. And in advanced Hebrew classes, the teachers use script when they write on the board. So if you have time, you could try transcribing some of the letters and words that we worked on today into Hebrew script, if you want to. So, you know, if you have extra time. Anyway, thank you very much. Please be in touch with me if you need anything. Have a great week. Have a Shavua Tov. Shavua Tov.
Thank you. We'll see you next week.
See you next weekend.
Bye-bye. Thank you. Oh, I guess I